So here's a nice pocket knife brought to you by Victorinox. This is a great little knife known as the EvoGrip 10. Its full name is the Evolution Grip number 10. Victorinox has released a series of these knives that essentially have remodeled the grips. So if you see this knife and you think that sort of looks like the classic Victorinox Swiss Army knife that I've known for so many years, but it looks a little different. Yeah, it's all about the grips with these Evolution Grip line of knives. The biggest thing that I can tell is with this, you're going to have something that gives you a little bit better feel of traction in the hand. Okay, the grips here, these are rubberized. So in the hand, it's not slipping around quite as much. However, the knife overall is a little bit more wide than, let's say, a traditional Spartan. The number 10 that I have here, the EvoGrip 10, is about the same as the Victorinox Spartan in terms of tools and functions, general dimension. However, it is a little bit more broad. I will say I bought this knife specifically because it does feel good in the hand. I have several other knives by Victorinox. Here's one by way of comparison. Here's a Cadet, an Alox Cadet. All right. In terms of size, you can sort of see they're very close. But width, this dimension is extremely different, as you can tell. Now, some people prefer the Alox feel because it is good and thin, and it still gives you a nice grippy feel in the hand. I agree with that. But the EvoGrip line just kind of takes it a step further with these rubberized little grip panels, as well as the knife being a little bit more broad. So it's kind of a nice thing. Overall, it has, I believe, 13 different features. So you've got the key ring, toothpick and tweezers, your large main blade, a nail file, nail cleaner, corkscrew, bottle opener, screwdriver, 5mm screwdriver that is, your wire stripper, can opener, a 3mm screwdriver, the reamer with punch and sewing all, and then I added the little micro screwdriver into the corkscrew there. So for me, I like this knife because, as I mentioned in a previous video, I do a little bit of traveling into large metropolitan areas, large cities, New York, DC, Chicago, those areas. I'm not there real often, but I travel just enough that I'd like to have one or two knives in my collection that I know I can definitely legally have in my pocket when I'm in those cities and not have any kind of issue. So that being said, this is probably not a knife that I will carry a whole lot on the day-to-day. I bought it specifically to have for those trips, but that doesn't really take anything away from it. It is a great knife. Like all Victorinox products, it comes with a great edge on the blade. I do put my own edge on it, but with the edge that it comes with right out of the box, more than sharp enough. I do engrave my initials, the year, a lot of that stuff I engrave on my blades, just because, I don't know, I like the personal fact. Let's see, what else is worth mentioning about this? Oh, one thing that is interesting is on the large screwdriver. So on this guy here, I'll close a couple of these so you can see this. On the large screwdriver, the 5mm, this has a neat little feature. So if you're ever having to use this flathead, all of these are obviously slip joints. Okay, they're non-locking. So all these just, standard slip joints. But the 5mm screwdriver, if you ever have to use it, when you press it in, let's say my thumb is a screw. All right, when you press it in, do you see that little bit of movement there? That actually will lock if you're pressing it in and and turning it, okay? So right now I can easily close it, slip joint, fine, but if I push it in, it's locked. It won't move up or down. So that's just kind of a neat little built-in feature that they gave you on that, just so if you are having to use the screwdriver, you do have the ability of pushing that in good and firm, and it locks on you, so you don't have to worry about it closing up on you. Like all of the standard Victorinox stuff, not the ALOX series, but you do have toothpick and tweezers, of course, just like on anything else. If you ever lose those, guys, you can obviously contact Victorinox or really any major reputable online knife retailer and order replacements. I don't know how much they go for. That I can't imagine they're more than $1. So I'll give you one more look here just for size comparison. I know sometimes on the websites it's kind of hard to get an idea of how stuff stacks up. So there it is, the EvoGrip 10 on the bottom next to a ALOX Cadet. And just for consistency, I'll even throw in my little Classic there on the top. Okay, so it's substantial enough that it feels good in the hand, not so much that you feel like you're walking around with a brick in your pocket. Okay, it's a nice size, nice feeling grips. So if you're looking for something that would just be a great general everyday carry knife, safe, I would imagine safe no matter where you live within the United States. Don't quote me on that. This is not legal advice. But I would imagine this would be a good option. This is, again, made by Victorinox. It is done in kind of the flavor of Wenger. Wenger is no longer a knife manufacturer. Victorinox essentially bought out Wenger, but this is kind of done in more of the style of some of how Wenger used to do some of their products. Okay, so great little knife. I know a lot of you guys have them. This is my first of the EvoGrip series knives. Who knows, it will likely be the last one I own, just because it's not going to be something I carry a whole lot. But so far, very satisfied with it. If I didn't mention this, it has a weight of 2.1 ounces. So it's definitely a lot of firepower for the weight and the size. Just a great all-around carry knife. I did go with the EvoGrip 10 because I liked the corkscrew instead of the screwdriver. I like the corkscrew because it gives me the ability to put in the little tiny, I don't know what if you want to call that a eyeglasses screwdriver or whatever. With what I do, I actually occasionally need a screwdriver that tiny. It does come in handy. So that was the primary reason I wanted the model with the corkscrew. Not so much because I need the corkscrew, but I like the little screwdriver. So anyway, there it is, guys. Hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comment section, do you guys already have this blade, and what do you think of it? Take it easy, guys. We'll see you next time.